And we are live. Hello, everyone. Hello, TTRPG friends, foes, and those who have yet to decide. My name is Fiona. I use she, her pronouns, and welcome to this, our second part of Galactic, a game of rebellion, relationships, and war amongst the stars here on the One Shot Podcast Network Twitch channel. Ugh, get all those words out. I'm delighted that you're joining us here for part two as we showcase this wonderful game of Belonging Outside Belonging by Riley Rethel, which is A Long Going Rogue by Jess Levine, currently being crowdfunded over on Kickstarter. I will once again, as prompted by my wonderful script, do a quick put in the chat. Boom, it's done. I'll get back to my script, Fiona, quickly. If you enjoy what you see here today, why not consider backing the game if you haven't already? That would be really cool of you. And now I would like to hand over to my wonderful cast of folks to introduce themselves for our wonderful audience, starting with Dusty, then Kendo, then Rhiannon. I would love you to let people know that your name, pronouns, a quick visual description of what you look like, where you can be found on the internet, and of course, an icebreaker to my question. An icebreaker? A question, an answer to my icebreaker question. There you go. Words were not my strong point there. The icebreaker question today, friends, is if you could travel to any other planet, fictional planet, sorry, where would you go to and why? So I will go first. My name is Fiona. I use she, her pronouns. I'm a woman, a white woman with sort of mid-length blondie brownie hair. Could have done with a brush beforehand. And I'm wearing my lovely jumpsuit, which I absolutely love, which is almost like sort of disco-esque type thing, and a little bit of makeup. You can find me as FKTH all over the blue skies and all over the stuff with, and I can put my handle in chat whilst I think about it. There we go. And yes, I'm just going to follow a theme because ultimately, whilst I know everyone here is a big Star Wars or Star Trek or vice versa sort of thing, I'm a big Doctor Who fan. So I would go and travel to the planet The Library. I know it's not called The Library, but I like the idea of a planet full of books. Are those books probably going to eat me? Probably, let's face it. But yeah, that's where I would travel to. Handing it over to Dusty, please, to introduce themselves.
Yeah, hi, hello. I'm Dusty. I use they, he pronouns. I'm a Latinx person with dark hair, gold-rimmed glasses, wearing a blue shirt with a black and slightly patterned undershirt. I forgot everything that entered my head, but luckily it's all online where you can find it at Dust E Hill. You can also find games I write at From Dust to Dice. I'm all over. I do a bunch of things, lots of queer things, lots of sci-fi things, etc. And I'm trying not to overthink this because just like my intro, all ideas came out of my head. But I think it's probably a bad idea, but I think I'd really love to go to Niamos from Star Wars. The Niamos clubmates going in the background, enjoying our healthy dose of pizzos, which are just cool vitamins, I think.
That's what they say.
Definitely.
I love going to the club to have some vitamins.
Yeah, cool vitamins. There's
I hear the green
cool
ones are
vitamins.
nice.
Yeah, the greeny greens.
Amazing, thank you. Kendo, please.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer. I use any all pronouns that you have on you that you don't need anymore. I am a fat, black bearded person wearing a pretty plain blue cotton shirt. I could probably shave. Yeah, that's that. Fictional planet that I could go to. I think I would go to the planet Ooh, which I know is Earth, but from Adventure Time. Seems like kind of a wacky place, and I could get into some magic, go a little mad, or become a victim of all of the weird things that happen there. Who knows? I just think it'd be kind of a chaotic time, and I maybe I could thrive in that.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much. And Rhiannon, please.
Okay. My name's Rhiannon, she, her. Let's see. Visual description. White trans woman, long black curly hair, wearing as usual all black. I'm a horror and science fiction writer, both for fiction and tabletop RPGs. You can find my stuff at cyphozoan.itch.io, and I'm on Blue Sky at Eversion Impulse. The planet prompt. Let's see. It's not quite a planet, but I do really love the idea of visiting the Exodus fleet from Becky Chambers' Wayfarer series,
Oh,
which is
yes.
home to one half of the human diaspora after leaving Earth.
100%. Yeah. Damn, you've gone for the cool answer, Rhiannon, and now I feel like I've got the series on the bookshelf there, and I'm like, God, I need to do another reread. It's such a good series.
Those books are so good.
Yeah, so good, absolutely. Thank you, amazing, wonderful players. We're not going to do any book clubs tonight. No, we're ready to do a heist? Question mark? No, I don't know. We'll find out. But yes, thank you for indulging me with some incredible answers to my icebreaker question. So, let's get started with a little bio about what Galactic is. It is an outside belonging game for 2 to 6 players where all of us share the responsibility of setting the tone and the mood of the game, making trouble and finding solutions, sharing the spotlight, being interested in the world we've created, and valuing the emotional safety and comfort of all of our fellow players. It is built first and foremost as a GM-less game, meaning that every player here has made a character that we did last week, and we create the story together, characterizing the setting and taking on the roles of these pillars and NPCs when the story calls for it. The game is simply a tool for us to tell our own story. But of course, no game is as important as the players at the table, so we have to make sure we take care of each other. We had our session 0 a couple of weeks ago off screen, and we made sure as a group to discuss what we wanted to include in the story and what we didn't. We got safety tools into effect whilst we play, but equally, I just want to give you, the watchers, the listeners, the lurkers out there, permission to take a break from our story should and if you need to. This is going to be a story ultimately about rebellion, community, and living in the shadow of an oppressive regime. And I know how that feels right now, let's face it. Things might go sour, and we can let ourselves brood in the darkness a little bit if it feels right, but we should never leave the session or the story really like that. Hope is never completely lost, as it says in the book. There's always a spark of rebellion if you know where to find it. So, with all that out of the way, let's chat a bit more about what we're going to do as our idle dreaming, which we sort of started a little bit last week. So, just to recap for our players and for the people watching at home, we have created 4 characters using the sort of 4 playbooks that we have. We have our diplomat, we have the defector, we have the mechanic, and we have the Nova. And we spent a little time last week coming up with the character name, what they sort of look like, going over sort of various sort of motivations and stuff as per the Galactic amazing character creation stuff. I mean, any outside belonging game is great, but the main thing to note is that each of us will have, for our characters, 3 sets of moves: strong moves, lateral moves, and vulnerable moves, and we can act on them. And I'm going to say to the players, because I appreciate I didn't say to you guys before stream, is that feel free to say, I am doing this move. Make it very clear what kind of moves you're doing, because again, this is a demonstration stream. Vulnerable moves are seen often as weak, maybe even selfish moves, and when you do them, you gain a token. Strong moves, however, they sort of almost like an act of strength, heroic in some way, and you would spend a token to do so. And then finally, lateral moves are something almost like to give support to another character in the scene or another NPC perhaps. And so you would give that character or that NPC who's attached to one of these pillars a token as well. NPCs are attached to these pillars, which we are all controlling as well. There are 4 pillars. We have the liberation, the mandate, the space between, and scum and villainy, which again we sort of defined a little bit last week as well. Here's the thing I didn't realize before the stream: nobody has tokens to begin with, which is very, very exciting. We also have created some NPCs which are attached to these pillars as well. So get ready for possibly some emotional trauma for certainly my character, but hopefully for other characters as well, because I believe, players, I didn't really title what this session was at all. We're just going off vibes, but it feels like we've got a lot of messy exes about to show up for all of us, I think, at our door. We talked a bit about like what we wanted to do in terms of like what kind of session, what we were thinking of as a way to start off, and we did some rolling a little bit at the end, and we came up with I believe it was a hollow place of like where it was like a shrine and stuff with Nova stuff on the walls, sort of like inscriptions, almost like a sacred place. but we thought maybe like this is a place where it has been found in some way that it is now sort of touting, maybe in selling quite an interest in stuff to various different parties. So it feels like a convention is happening here, or a big sort of conference, perhaps. Those were sort of my big sort of broad strokes of what it was. But yeah, I'll hand over to the players. Was there anything that sparked interest from what we talked about last week that I might have forgotten about, or you're like, oh, let's add something to it? And anyone can go.
I think yeah, having kind of like a conference, I think it would be on brand and incredibly gauche if the mandate was having a gala here.
Yeah,
Gala.
I think we had
Mhm.
talked about some kind of gala might have been thrown. I think the way we talked about it last time, it can be whatever if we decide, was that it was
Mhm.
being thrown by whoever owned this place currently, which wasn't
Mhm.
necessarily the mandate, and then
Mhm.
those of us who were with the Liberation already might be here to scope it out, see if there's anything that's really worth preventing the mandate from getting their hands on.
Like that, yeah. So almost like maybe not a fundraiser, but yeah, like they're hosting it, so like, hey, come check this out, and maybe there's tours of certain places and all that sort of
Yeah.
thing, and getting people like, we should do business, maybe organize it. It's a meet and greet to an nth degree, right?
Yeah, some
Yeah.
what was it that they were potentially selling? I think we had
If-
talked.
If I'm remembering correctly, I think we said that this place is in some way a ruin to either some culture that was connected to the space between and the
Mhm.
people that found it, because within the desires and such that we have for the mandate, we wanted they have this unquestioned supremacy and dominion over the space between, and so it was either relics or knowledge, or I think perhaps even this place hadn't even been fully explored as of yet, but it had just been discovered, and I think exploration rights maybe is kind
Yeah.
of what's up for
Yeah.
grab.
Sort of like a party at an active archaeological dig that's an
Yeah.
ad for, hey, you could
Oh,
buy the rights to be the one who gets to explore this.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So
wonder
awful.
I wonder if it's a company then that
Yeah.
owns
Yeah,
this place that discovered it, and now they're looking for someone to invest to pay for the dig, and giving
Mhm.
whoever
Mhm.
does that the rights to whatever they dig up.
Yeah, I seem to remember thinking it's very much like if you have a sleepover but at the Natural History Museum, and you're thinking, why would anyone? I mean, a cool thing, but it's like that sounds very, very wrong in certain places. So
Mhm.
yeah, I like that. So gala happening at the site, which is again trying to attract interest to the highest bidder to help exploration rights. I really like that.
This just feels like, oh, we invented space opera Wayland Yutani.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. But those companies definitely exist, right, under the mandate, right? Like any
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
any private corporation that is just like, contracting out the work and like hoping, sell
Yeah.
to whoever is going to give them the most money.
Yeah, that sounds right. So then let's think about our characters then that we sort of came up with. Where do they fit into this gala? Like we've got established some, like we all know each other from the sort of character creation stuff, but do we all know that we're going to be at the gala together? Is it more about like the Spider-Man, like, what are you guys doing here? Like,
Uh-huh.
you know.
I believe I had said something about maybe being sent here from the Liberation sort of lightly undercover to check this out and see if it's worth like interfering with.
Oh, and did Fiona, isn't your character going with Kendo's character as a +1?
Right.
So I can get good fancy food and also maybe make some connections with people, with rich people who need things fixed.
Yeah, I think everyone else has managed to sneak in. I think me and Kendo's character are easily in, and I'm like going, oh my goodness. I feel like this sort of thing is probably the biggest thing that's happened to my character. And so I'm like, I don't want to say taking it seriously, but definitely like, this is super, nothing can go wrong. Because I feel like again, the way we
Right.
sort of talked about this character, there's a lot of pressure on them, and they're kind of like they want to do right, but for reasons things keep falling out of their hands. So yeah, I think definitely I'd love to see a scene with myself and yourself, Kendo, arriving at some sort, but I don't know if that should be the starting scene, and whether we need to paint the scene of like what this place looks like first. You see what I mean?
I forget, had we said that Vale has had some amount of contact with the Liberation before?
I don't think they have. So that Vale is my character, just for the listeners at home. I think the only thing we sort of said, which we maybe bring up to it, is one of the NPCs that we created is the sort of, again, these sort of X, but not an X, but maybe in the more awkward way that Vale isn't sure that it was a relationship, and that person was a part of the Liberation, and has just kind of accidentally just always been in the right places where they're like, oh, that person was the Liberation. Then they're like, especially with the pressure of mummy mandate, as it were.
Right.
So, because you are a politician, are you technically a politician within the mandate?
I don't know. Again,
Like, are you a senator, like in a very like?
I mean,
Mom,
I
Mothma
now
thing?
defer to you folk with the Star Wars knowledge. Is that a good thing to be for this story? Because I don't necessarily know if that. I mean, if it makes sense, absolutely. But I don't know if it could be like an independent seat. I don't know.
I think it could be a fun thing to be, particularly if there's a way to pull you into whatever scheme it is that we have and make you balance between those.
I like that. Yeah, I think that'd be quite fun.
Because I would say being a politician, and it doesn't mean, I mean, it. Choosing words carefully.
Yes, absolutely. This is not a political stream at all. This is definitely a war amongst stars and nothing else.
It's like you, like within the mandate and the senators within it, there are more progressive liberal senators that are not the uber far right fascists.
Yes.
They are obviously still within the machinations, right? I
definitely feel that this character is definitely is a bumbling person that just so happens to get into places rather than anything else. But I appreciate the clarification on that. What about yourself, Dusty, with your defector character?
I think if the Nova is being sent on the mission, I think me going along, just like as a secondary, as like these two don't work that much together, so we know that, like, they're not gonna like let them get away with stuff. So let's just put them together.
I like that. Yeah, I like that, because then we can start off with like at least 2 scenes at the beginning with 2 people rather than one person having to monologue quite a bit. Okay. Yeah, go for it.
I was going to say, are you two like undercover in any way?
I would imagine at least a little bit undercover.
As like what, potential buyers?
Right, like whether that's like representatives of some other corporate interests that might just be kind of a shell company, or like journalists or something like that.
Yeah, that's good. Being journalists would be very funny, especially for 2 people that probably know nothing about journalism.
yeah, like just give us an excuse to start conversations with people we don't know and like try to get them to talk to us.
But that's it, right? Yeah, I think that using that sort of thing, like, oh yeah, we're reporting on stuff for whatever, not a Galactic newspaper, but yeah, that sort of thing where you're trying to get answers, but obviously you're not recording anything into whatever recorder, you're not writing anything down other than sus constantly. Cool. All right, so that feels like at least, I think, a good starting couple scenes. I guess, again, we can come back into idle dreaming to talk about, like, oh, I'd love to see this scene and do a bit more work to it. Again, what's great about Galactic is it's very much like a writer's room where we can go, oh, I'd love to see this, or where do we think this is? So it's a little bit of back and forth in terms of both role play and also setting the scene up on the table as well, and as a way to check in. I think I would love, if that's okay with folks, let's paint the scene a little bit about what this gala looks like. So what we could do for this is just say a couple of statements about what is true about the space, and then after a little bit, we'll see. Maybe we'll come up with some NPCs, or something will happen here. Maybe, again, you folks again are amazing improvisers. I know this, but now I'm thinking of all the 5 senses and like adding things to it and just yes-anding. Sounds good. So yeah, let's open up. Credits start rolling on Galactic. A title yet TPC. Although I did say X's and X wings. Very good. The person in chat, that might be what this is.
I think
What
that's
does
Riley.
Yeah, that
Is
was
it Riley?
Riley.
Yeah.
Amazing, Riley. What do we see when the camera opens on this hollow? This hallow.
I think we see a central staging point, like I think there's a larger kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Like an area for people to mingle and like have drinks and snacks, and in the center of that there are like platforms with large like industrial lighting.
Right.
To make this place seem like it's an active dig site, as a part of like the state, like it's like a stage dig site as a part of it.
It's like near the real one, and maybe bits of the floor have been like dug up to look as if they're actually digging there, right?
Yeah.
Side thing. And maybe like the first few things that were found at this site might be like displayed on stands around the area.
That's very cool.
I think I like having, and also there's tables with like holograms of like things of like you could use this for this or that. There's also like maybe like advertisements from sponsors of this gala, because you know this company is not going to pay their own money for this. They're going to need I was about to say a very real company that no one likes. Space Corp.
Yes, yep.
There.
Space Corp.
Space Corp. Yep.
What kind of things do we think that they found already? Is it just like stone tablets? Is it?
I guess the question is it again? Is it part of the space between Nova stuff that we're thinking, or is it just, or is it the mineral stuff we seem to be talking about as well?
Might be both.
It might be that, like, maybe the reason they started digging here was the mineral stuff, and as soon as they started digging, they found
they were like
ancient space between stuff. Yeah.
I like that. I definitely think it's maybe like. I always think that like there's if there's stuff in the floor, there's also maybe an excavated part of the wall, and you can see like maybe a couple of rock layers deep. There seems to be like carvings in my head, very sort of ancient Egypt hieroglyphs, but clearly in a language which maybe is very identifiable as something from the space between. And again, as like a tiny rope around it, so you don't get too close. I think there's always little ropes around things, but I think it's like the little rope is a visual cue, but maybe there is other bigger security forces to stop people going and touching or picking up said artifacts or said relics.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think maybe another thing that we see, trying not to seem like so obviously like guards, but there's probably like a private security company that's been contracted to try to keep everything orderly.
Absolutely.
You have like the tight fitting suits that are well tailored and probably in the same color of the mandate, which we could maybe say, instead of being all white, they're like a stark, like almost like Vanta black. So they're like voids and like here.
I think that if we see again maybe this camera coming down, and actually I'd say maybe the party's already started, so that people are already in, and maybe it is like a sea of color. There's like lots of people, and they weirdly got dressed up, even though it's not a place that you would necessarily get dressed up in. But again, it's that sort of like pomp and circumstances and different colored stuff. But yeah, there's little splotches of maybe black throughout. Again, that's sort of maybe symbolizing that all is not well, and there's a couple of bad seeds heading out around and sort of intermingling. I'd say it's quite busy, perhaps. Like again, like lots of people have come to this, and so the voices are echoing off the cave walls a little bit as well. So it doesn't. I don't. Unless someone else wants to know but this, I don't think there's any like music band or anything like that. You know. I know. I see it happening.
So I was thinking
Go on.
about what if there.
No budget. Yeah, go for
I
it.
was thinking about what if there was one, but like how you were saying, the acoustics in here would be bad. I think that's kind of funny though that they hired a band.
A band or a DJ?
Oh.
Do you want the Dig Side Gala DJ?
That's funny.
That's
I
really
think if
funny.
it's not the DJ, I think it's maybe like a local, like folk musician to try to really push the cultural aspect
Yes.
of it. But I also love corporate DJ.
I think both. I think both. They've both been booked, and it's like 7 p.m. is folk, but at 10 it's the DJ's setting up.
Oh, that's
I think
so
that's right.
good.
Yeah, the DJ's like off to the side for now.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The only other thing I wanted to add was I love this idea of the advertisements and stuff, but I bet if you looked at it too long enough, it would shape and there'll be a hologram of yourself in with all the bits as a sort of a horrific marketing advert. Like, this could be you.
Here in the
Like,
oh my god.
terrible
Yeah, like
AI.
horrible,
effect,
like,
worst
yes.
yeah,
thing ever.
marketing photo booth type thing.
Yeah. Every so often it goes wrong because there's obviously like then there's like a family of 4 with a dog and like, oh, the face on the dog, you know, and it's like, you know, and it's you're encouraged to share that like silliness as well, because all corporations are supposed to be fun, guys. That's the whole point. We're all fun. So yeah.
I would love for this first scene to be one of our 2 groups and someone someone having to interact with this photo booth, not knowing that that's what's happening.
Oh god.
Is there any one of us we think would get strangely like pulled into watching the holograms?
I mean, I know for a fact that Vale would, but I want to make sure I don't. 'Cause I feel a lot of things will happen. Go for it.
Maybe this is an opportunity for a pillar move, actually.
Ooh, yeah, go for it.
Because I've been looking at the mandate foreshadow a larger threat and gain a token, and maybe this is an opportunity for somebody to interact with the photo booth space or like the advertising space, right? And realize suddenly, oh, this whole place is being very surveilled.
That sounds good.
Is anyone in particular like really interested in being the one to come up against this?
I think it would be very on brand if Vela, my own character's name that I super remember, Vela.
Hello.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Vela Zol, is the one that notices that like immediately.
Yeah.
Like I think, and the all pronouns by the way. So they were like standing at one of these while waiting for, oh god, what was the note? I need to get all the names down. Dex.
Yeah. They're in our Discord. Don't worry, it's on there.
Okay, beautiful. Where like maybe Dex is like looking at something a little bit, and Vela is standing there like her weary eyes are looking up, and he's trying to just pretend to fake a smile while wearing their cool jacket buttoned up this time so they can't see all like the cool patches are maybe their old uniform that they're wearing underneath just in case.
Right. Yeah.
And I think smiling for this picture, and then they see the image show up on this hologram completely wrong.
Right. And like the way you see it, it seems as if it's taking data from like 4 or 5 different cameras positioned around the room.
Oh no.
Which is the thing that makes you realize, oh, this whole thing is being very watched.
Like, I've probably seen this before.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, kind of like just casually look in the direction of one of the cameras and nod and be like, looks great. Looks is this the technology you're offering here? This is I'm Cora Lang from Space News.
Are you talking to like the person,
Yeah, the
like
person
the
that's
setting up-
main
yeah.
person
Yeah,
here?
yeah. The main person setting up this whole booth, just like, is this how new is this technology?
I'm thinking it's this like kind of younger person, almost, and like who might like I think for all intents and purposes is like an intern here.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Who's like wearing the uniform and has just like very nervously been standing here all day, and then you come up, you watch it, and you ask them, and they go, yes, and like you can tell that they're going through trying to remember the script that they've been given.
It's
Oh
on
god,
record.
yeah. Oh god, what's the name of this company? What's the name of our planet?
Great
This
question.
This
It's
is
up to
too
you
much
now.
Yeah, it's all on you. It's all on this intern. That's definitely not like Kendo.
Okay. We here at Stalith Mining Corporation believe that the future is built by our hands with the technology our hands make, and you can see how the surveillance, the camera systems here are and you just see them like they're just like really not having a good time.
What was the name?
And why would you do this to me?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
For the record.
Gel Balan.
Thank you, Joe Blunt. I'll be around. I'm gonna walk away.
And I'm going to use the mandate move. I'm going to foreshadow a larger threat again, and I think as you turn to look away, our camera stays with Gel, who like quick turns to one of the corners, darkened by one of the guards, who's just like very uncasually staring them down.
There's definitely that data has gone on. It's on some sort of pad of like
Right.
of Vela. Again, in my head, that it's already come out as like a 3D printed thing as well that maybe we take home.
I left it there. I 100% left it
Yeah,
there.
of course you did. As a lot of things have been left there. I think it's sort of been, what's this? And then they've got trapped in it and they've gone, oh no. Especially because I feel like it's, again, I've described this crowd as like colourful. No one has pockets. No one has bags. And so it's this plastic tat you carry around with.
I think I would like to then follow up and like casually walk over to where Dex is standing, and clip one of the mics to my cool jacket, and just
Yeah, I imagine I'm probably dressed as like your camera person, but notably not following you around as much as I should be given that job. But it gives me an excuse to have like bags of gear.
What does Dex look like? By the way?
yes,
I know
yes.
we've not done any visual.
Oh god, yeah. I think again, like wearing the kind of I did put all black everything in the style thing, and I think that's still true. But it's the kind of like, as opposed to the like really intense black of the guards, I'm more imagining the kind of dull black that's like, I'm at work, you don't need to talk to me, kind of thing.
Fade into the background.
For Dex's energy, I really have been imagining kind of the weird, like wide-eyed, nervous intensity of Kristen Stewart's character in Crimes of the Future, but just like dialed down about 50% because that's a very intense character. but kind of that.
We can imagine that. Don't worry, you do not have to play to such intensity. But yeah, we can imagine that.
Yeah. So just like a little weird like that, but like very much dressed in a like I'm at work kind of way.
Nice.
I'm gonna sidle up and just pretend like I'm explaining what I got on the mic, and careful where you look. There are cameras literally everywhere.
Oh man, I'm really debating whether to do a vulnerable move right now or wait for a.
Heck, do it, do it.
Okay, I think it's gonna be act on impulse, putting yourself in
Excellent.
a dangerous situation, which is
Oh.
immediately.
You look directly at the camera that I said not to look at.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
excellent.
Yeah.
I think
I think
that
it probably
happens.
makes you more nervous than me because you know about the mandate dossier on me that I still don't know about, that you still haven't told me about. Yeah,
No, why would I tell you?
yeah. Uh-huh.
And you do that, and immediately I move quickly and grab your shoulder. Nothing you've ever seen me do or nothing I've done, and quickly like turn you around, and we're gonna keep walking. It's one of those cameras. We're gonna go sit by the punch table for a while.
Oh, okay. I mean, there was a tablet over there that seemed really.
We'll go later when there's more
Okay.
distractions.
Okay. Seemed bad.
Yes, I think everything here is bad.
But like interesting bad, and I think she's just gonna keep talking as you like escort her over to the other side of the room.
I like that.
Yeah. I did add Gel Balon to our to the mandate, and I did
Great.
give them the trait awkward.
Excellent.
And
Let's go.
and the moves try your best and gain a token, and ask someone something at a bad time and give them a token.
Okay,
Yeah.
I feel very called out there, Kendo. I think we all do. Picking that trait, but that's excellent. I love that.
It just felt right.
Absolutely. I think the camera sort of pans away from our two Dex and Vela, and it goes through the crowd, and then I think there's like an entrance way where people are coming in, and I think this is where the camera sort of goes up, passes a few people, and it sort of parts, and we see 3 individuals, unless Kendo you decide not to be part of this cool entrance bit.
No,
We have, I think, first and foremost, I think we see Vale Cora the Third. And now I forgot what I described myself as, but I've got impractical dresses, a signature hairstyle, and concealed blaster. So I think the hair. Let's go for the signature hairstyle. It's all curls, like a proper, like almost like a wig. Like think about it like a judge's wig or a justice's wig, essentially. You're not sure if it's real hair or not, but it's definitely like in that sort of style. I think they are wearing, maybe it's quite cold in this particular, well, it might be quite warm because obviously people are here, but I think it's just impractical shoes, slight kitten heels for this person, and I think just not ill-fitting, but just an inappropriate sort of like, I want to say, like, again, it's because I'm wearing a jumpsuit of some sort, but it's like quite low cut to a point, but then very long sleeves and lots of jangly jewelry, and then makeup again a little bit more intense than say to a normal politician. You may consider that this person has got the invite and thought, a party, and then was like, oh no, like looks around, goes, oh no, as sort of brought it up. So it looks a little bit nervous coming up. Next to them, on one side is looks to be like a bodyguard of some sort. This is Rick's Fanrick, who's sort of just there. Again, it's very similar to Dex. It's sort of like I'm working mode. In my head is just a really chill, but maybe slightly like a Dorito. So like a broad shoulders, slightly skinny middle kind of person up top. And they're just sort of looking around, sort of like patiently, sort of maybe handling like invites or like coats if people have come up with coats. But those two are definitely there, and let's see what Kendo brings.
Yeah, and walking up next to you as well is Theus Balon, which I realized is kind of the same name that I gave Gel. So I'm going to change my name, and I'm going to make us related. What? I'm gonna change my last name.
Your poor relative intern.
I don't know how we're related.
Cousin
Yeah,
or something.
right. I've been watching a lot of Succession today. So big cousin Greg energy. But I'm trying to think. I don't know if I have like formal clothing, or I probably do at this point. This isn't the first time you've asked me to be your +1 to like a function like this. So I think I have like my one good formal outfit, which might be like a suit of some kind. Just kind of like one of those like sleek, like high collared, where like there's like an accent on the front collar that goes in front of it, almost kind of like a Yusuke Urameshi jumpsuit. That is like this dark brown with green accented top, and I think like a little flap here, like an accent flap, and like matching pants, but I do still have on my tool belt. That way people know what I do.
Business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a conversation starter.
Because your character loves conversation, right?
My character loves conversation with people. This is a networking event, gang. Like, this is the equivalent of my business card, you know?
Pulls out a screwdriver.
Speaking of people who are here networking,
I think I'm the only one. It's not. I should be clear. It's not a networking event.
No.
I'm treating it like a networking
I
event.
think to some people it might be. I was gonna ask, Vale, is this too early for your mother to show up?
Well, I mean,
And notice you're here and make some comments.
I'm very happy for them. I think, because I was literally going to do a vulnerable move instantly, and as we sort of enter, I literally just see somebody with drinks, and I grab like the biggest one, and I sort of I'm just sipping it very quickly, like just drinking, and I go, oh, I probably should have had a sandwich beforehand, but it's fine, you know.
Right, and then as you are mid-sip, seemingly out of nowhere, your mother immediately walks up to you, I'm not sure if you knew she was going to be at this party, but she is here now.
Okay. Oh, do you want? I'll give you rights to describe what my mother looks like.
Yeah, I think she is wearing a mostly more understated outfit than what you have on.
Oh no.
A like something that's what a politician would wear. She's got a dress on, but it's like a bit less flashy. And also, though, she is using the move tower over someone literally or metaphorically and gain a token, by which I mean she does seem to have picked out heels that are just tall enough to make her noticeably taller than you, seemingly knowing what it is that you usually wear to parties.
Yeah, I shrink as she approaches, and I'm like, oh no, hide me, hide me, hide me. No, she's already spotted
she
the wig.
walks up, like, puts her arms out for a hug, again, looking much bigger than you in the process, going, Vale, hello.
Hello, mummy. And it slowly goes in, and like, and just like a gentle sort of like, and then like,
she's like very like calmly doing this, and she's like, a bit early in the evening for that, don't you think?
Oh, I just thought that was part of the entrance sort of thing, mummy. So,
Yes, I'm sure. You know, this is a very important event with a lot of potential sponsors in attendance, so of course it's best to keep a nice and respectable appearance. Not give them any reasons to doubt anything, you know?
Yes, of course you're right, mother. As always, I'm glad you have. I'm glad you have noticed that. I might have misread the invite. I thought it was more of a vibe kind of thing rather than a. Well, I'm here now. I'm here on time. Not like last time.
Should I hire you a new assistant, maybe, to manage that kind of thing?
Oh no, mummy. It's absolutely fine. I just it was one mistake. You know, these happen. They happen. Remember, happy little accidents.
Let's keep it to one, shall we? And she turns around and walks away, immediately going and like smiling at someone across the room and greeting them.
I drain my glass quickly.
I think in the perfect response, your bodyguard, Rix, is going to use a space between move. Is that they kind of roll their eyes at the bodyguard question, and as dear mother is walking away, they're going to kind of like lean into you and say, they're holding a tablet from one of the big sponsors today. Should maybe try to see what they're looking for.
Thank you. Yes, thank you. And I pat their shoulder as sort of like a thing. All right, and I crack my neck, and I go into the crowd.
And you're given a token, by the way.
Oh, amazing! Thank you. God, it's great having a bodyguard. They just give you tokens.
I think that Theus almost immediately became enamored with this place as like the construction site. And like oh man, this is like, and like checking out, like, because I'm imagining they also have like staged like vehicles and such here and like the equipment. And so I think Theus has like grabbed like a little plate of like snacks or some or whatever, and is just like standing over and like trying to like look around and like getting as close as the staging will let them to like try to get a good look at like the machinery here.
I think as you're sort of looking at this, you see like a little like you can see people working on the staging. They're setting up what looks like to be this DJ kind of booth, but you recognize one of the roadies as your friend M8 KL4, who's sort of like slowly like putting like clearly got the XLR cables and is sort of wrapping it and then unwrapping it. But yeah, has no idea what they're doing with it, but they're like, I'm part of the team.
Yeah, I think like no grace, no like no stealth in this whatsoever. Just kind of goes, oh hey mate, hey over here.
Again, we've not really described what this person is. I just imagine their head turns all the way around, and then the whole body sort of turns around and starts walking towards you. So, hey, mate, come on. What are you doing here?
What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
I'm clearly on a job. What are you doing here?
Oh, well, I mean, I'm also on the job, and I kind of like I like brandish my tool belt. Or at least I'm trying to be. Do you know if they have anybody contracted to like, do general maintenance on these things, or?
No, I'm just here with the band, the guy, and sort of again the hands sort of points at this. Yeah.
Oh, the acoustics in here are bad. Why would they get a band?
Look, I don't ask questions. I just come where the money is. Look, you just need to just be cool, okay? Like, you didn't see me. I didn't see you. You do your little job, and I'm just doing my job. And again, it's still trying to do with the cables, but clearly not doing anything with them.
I mean, is there anything I could do to, like, help?
Why do you think I need help?
I mean, not that I don't think you need help. I'm just asking if you would like help. I owe you one, so like if this is a good chance that like if you want to cash that in now you can, and like that way we're even, or you can bank it if you want. I'm just
look, all right, and I'm gonna do the move. I'm gonna see if this works. Offer help or information at a cost. If they pay you, give them a token.
okay.
I think I can do that. Just correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think I have, because we don't have any tokens for the.
Oh yeah, they don't have any.
I don't have any. That's fine. Okay, I'll just introduce a betrayal. Let's do that.
Yeah. Yeah. No, there you go.
No biggie.
There goes.
Yeah.
And he goes, you can't help me, and God help these people here, okay? Because if I find out that my name is on your lips again, it's not gonna look good for you. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, mate. I want to. Okay. Fine. Okay. Yeah. You don't want anything. You don't want any help. That's fine. That's fine.
All right.
Do you? Well, I mean, okay, but do you know who like owns like all of this? So like, because maybe if they don't already have a contract maintenance guy, like. could fill that role. Like, just if you could just point them out, even that'd be great.
I will then, with the one token I've just gotten, will offer help for all information at a cost. At a cost. So so M8 looks around again. Their eyes again. I imagine them to be like almost like camera eyes, like so it narrows in on you, and then one eye separates and looks around and sort of indicates that, again, similar to how we've already described, this place is being watched. And then the other eye swishes around, and you can see there's almost like high up, there's like almost like a black glass, I would say, bubble of some sort, which you think would be the control room in some way. But instantly sort of goes back to you and goes, "Look, you didn't see me, okay?" And then the cost is the plate of food that you've got is taken from you, and goes, "Snacks on this guy!" And all the raiders are like, "Way!"
No, I just got that.
And all the attention's pointed to you at this point because the snacks have taken away. And M8 sort of turns around and goes, "See you later." And sort of walks off. I will give you that token.
Thank you. And I pull up my belt and I'm imagining, like, what is the person who look like? Who's this person?
What do we think?
Also, what playbook are they gonna go under?
It'd be nice to hurt someone in the liberation, perhaps. I guess
it would be, but would this, I guess, would the owner of this be liberation aligned?
The owner of what? One more time.
I guess the person that I was looking for was whoever is the person who owns or representative thereof of, like, what did I name this company? Oh no,
Space Corp, I think.
Oh no,
it was
Stellaris, wasn't it?
Stellith Mining Industries?
Stellith Mining Corporation. Yeah,
Corporation.
that's right.
Corporation, yeah.
Thank you. Which maybe that can go under scum and villainy.
I mean,
maybe corporations go under scum and villainy.
Heck yeah. Let's put it in.
I would like to bounce off of this because I think that both Vela and Dex are still cautiously at the table, and I definitely saw you walk by and heard you like snacks like okay. And I'm gonna like start looking around, and I kind of want to do 2 moves in one. Okay. I'm gonna be doing a vulnerable move and a lateral move. Is I'm gonna both reveal a harmful belief I have not unlearned, and also ask who or what is really in control here, and give the token to the answer. And gonna look at Dex. It's like, we need to figure out who's running this, because you're like wumbo jumbo magic. Like, do anything about this? It's like your thing, right? You're good at it. That's why there's only a little bit of you.
So, what was the actual question out of character? We're trying to get an answer to?
Who or what is really in control here? That I'm trying to see, like, do you like who's actually like running this joint, this event? Because I'm not totally sold that it is Stalith or Space Corp or whatever.
I think for now, I might do something that is essentially one of my vulnerable moves, which is ask, how do I fall short of expectations right now? But by that, what I'm doing is essentially being like, no, I think that's in the domain of and I like take a sip from my drink in the middle of a sentence. Social skills.
I thought, it was okay. Did you notice the mechanic is here? And I'm gonna kind of like nudge my microphone in the direction.
As you very subtly look, I kind of unsubtly look.
Okay.
Incredible.
Then I think next shot that we see, sort of, if this is a movie, is me just already there at Theus's elbow, being like, shh, Theus, have you seen the setup they have here? It's atrocious.
Me at the snack table.
it's completely out of place. It's just to give the vibe of a dig. It's like completely oblivious to the other people you are already talking to.
I feel like I was just about to talk to like this like group of like
Yep.
maybe people here when you're like coming to do this, and and when you do, I think what you're saying does connect with me though, and I have cut off these people's conversation to try to
It's
have their
simple.
conversation, and then you come in and I go, I know. I know. Which, in fact, I was just going to talk to you. I named the owner of this Fada Stellith.
Yeah.
Stella. There we go.
Nice.
They are connected, and
Ah.
has the move take note of who is here. And then I was trying to figure out if there needs to be another move there, but I don't think so.
I think one for now is good. Yeah, I think it's great.
And I don't know. Does anybody want to play Fada in this moment?
Do you want to go for it, Dusty? I've already played N8.
Sure. Yeah, I'll play Fada. Fada is the Liberate Corporation.
Scum and Villain. Yeah, corporation.
The CEO person.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'll play them. And yeah, are you introducing them, or?
I guess I just cut off your conversation, which you probably thought was a little rude, and then this other person has come to join us.
Oh, you two think you could do a better setup here?
No. I'm not saying I could do a better setup. I was just
Oh well, I mean that piece of equipment there, that one there, that one there, that hammer there. I'm just saying the tablet they're set up around. If they actually touched it, they would shatter it into a million pieces. So clearly something else was used to excavate it, right? And that hole in the ground there, it couldn't have come out of there. So it must have been another site somewhere else nearby, maybe. But I mean the party's cool.
Run a lot of dig sites.
Oh, I just machines, you know.
Okay. Well, let me tell you how much money it took to set this up. Not only to excavate everything we've been doing here, to fake an excavation to make all of these other people happy, to make them think that they're part of it without getting dirty. I mean, thousands and thousands of credits. Of course, we have our sponsors, so it's actually totally fine. This DJ folk band group is actually one of our sponsors. You know, they're actually really looking for a job, and they paid good money.
Situation or like,
hey, money works here, so.
Yeah, definitely the folk band is like, okay, this is one from our latest album, and they start like it's just basically playing their debut album. Nobody can hear it.
You can only hear it in that corner, and it's bouncing behind them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think I turned to Father like, as speaking of which, hi, I am Theus Bilan, a local, local mechanic, and I was just wondering if who does your maintenance?
I'm gonna look you up and down, taking great note of the tool belt. Look back up. The eyes are just kind of, eyebrows aren't raised, but if they were, you feel like they could be. And they're just, oh, we have a large team here. Is there a
local?
Did you come
local team?
Did you come all the way here for a job, friend?
All the way here is just like a bit of like just like a short like 15-minute ride over here because local, like I was saying. I got a workshop here, so like your teams, I mean, again, like probably really expensive, right?
Well, they're actually part of a sponsor.
Huh?
We don't need good work. We need work done fast.
I can do work fast. Are you?
So that's why you keep your belt on you at all times?
Uh-huh.
Great. Who are you with? Were you on the invite list? Because I'm not sure about that.
Oh, I was a plus. I was Vela's plus Vale's +1.
That is gonna give me take note of who is here and gain a token.
Oh no! Why?
You were the
Sorry,
+1
Val.
of the senator.
Yes. Yes. As Senator Vale Cora, the third, that one.
Yes. Well acquainted with their mother. You should introduce us sometime tonight.
Yeah, I would love to. I think it would be really good if we all just got to know each other a little better. That'd be really good. Actually, I can introduce you right now.
Well, let me finish this conversation. I believe there's going to be a demonstration tonight.
Of course.
So why don't you meet me there? I'll listen for the tool belt.
You're funny. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh.
Thank you. They're gonna fully turn around and start talking to the people
So, yeah,
again.
they don't
Do you
move.
think
They
I
just turn around.
do you think I did I do good? You think?
Well,
Okay.
I think you did.
You didn't sound sure enough for me.
I think we then cut to, I think you said Vela was at the snack table.
They did not move. They in fact looked over disdain and just kind of stayed there for a little bit.
Yeah. I think you suddenly get a little tap on your shoulder, and you turn around and you see Vale, who looks furious, and is like, "You, what are you doing here?"
Gonna lift up my drink. Oh, good evening, Senator. I'm here as part caroling, part of Space Post.
Get that out, and moves the microphone. I know what you did to my data pad. It took me ages to get it back sorted.
What do you mean?
You know exactly what I mean. I trusted you with it, and then I find out there's been a big leak, and it's led back to me.
I didn't do anything. Did I see it? Maybe. Did I
What do you
tell
mean you
anyone?
saw it?
No,
What?
I didn't tell
No.
anyone.
I was in so much trouble with Mummy. It was awful. She wouldn't speak to me for days, which I thought was a reprieve. It turns out when she doesn't speak to you, that's worse because you know she's going to speak to you at some point.
Sorry, did you say you were in trouble with Mummy?
My mother is also here. She now hasn't let me go and do just fun Vale things. Now it's Vale and Mother constantly. She even cornered me tonight at the beginning. It's all your fault.
Sometimes responsibility for your own actions is the right course of action to take.
Oh man, I'm vulnerable moving. I'm going to act an impulse. I'm going to slap you quite hard across the face in front of everyone here, if that's okay. Just checking.
No, please do that, please.
Okay, great. Slap across the face, yeah.
I'm going to use a mandate move
Damn
to
it.
put someone in immediate danger. And I think the sound of your slap echoes, and it's the sudden force and movement is so jarring to the people around you that in waves there is silence, and only the echo, even the band stops playing as it just and everyone looks at you.
I think I see this immediately and understand what's going on. I'm gonna do a lateral move and put myself in danger to help someone give him a token, and just look at you and say, "I'm sorry, but people need to believe this," and splash my drink in your face.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, just because I said something inappropriate And I think what is this doing? They're starting to walk away. There's probably some security going up because that's a senator.
Yes.
I'm a journalist.
Yes. I'm getting the alcohol out of my eyes. It's making my gold makeup
It
run
was
slightly.
100% just like fruit punch.
It's just like,
Which means it's very red.
it's I get blood streaming almost out of it, and I'm like, oh, like proper playing it up in a sense, because obviously in actually I was like quite shocked that you actually did anything, but then I see what you've done and I'm like, oh, and I realize that I've forgotten myself, and I feel a pang of guilt as the security come and sort of start to question you.
I was like, hey, no, sorry, you know, this for the press. In fact, hey, you're security here, right? How do you think this event is being handled?
I think, I mean, to follow up on the put someone in immediate danger, I think some of the guards start moving in on now that it seems to be directed towards you. I think you're seeing some of these Vanta black guards move, or maybe you don't see because their kind of deal is stealthy, but I think our camera sees as they're starting to close in on you.
Oh, hey, you know, I was just heading, you know, I'm glad you're escorting me. I really appreciate you doing a great job. I was just heading right over there, and I'm gonna just keep on walking towards.
Come with us. They have,
okay.
For whatever reason, they also have masks that change their voices like they're in a stormtrooper helmet.
It's just a Vanta Blast mask, so you can't see their face.
Yeah, it's just a Vanta Black, like it's like a face mask more so than like a helmet.
Okay, sure, yeah, great. No, yeah, I'd love to get more interviews with people.
Okay, I think they're going to grab you. Oh, sorry, unless you have something.
I was thinking this might be a decent time to use a strong move here.
Ooh, yeah.
Which is use the space between to protect yourself or others. I think that suddenly Dex is just in the group, right? Just like in the group of guards walking you, and as soon as we get around a corner, she just like puts her hands on a couple of guards' shoulders and then quickly pulls you around another corner, and they just keep walking as if you're still with them.
So cool.
I think I was still trying to chat and talk, and then that just happens. I get pulled away and just I look around the corner, look back. So that's how your space mumbo jumbo works.
I just saw a way to keep them walking. I thought you said not to attract attention.
Well, our senator friend got a little heated, and I didn't help the situation per se. So I needed to make sure they suspected them. You know. But
Senator's a good person to know here, don't you think?
Yeah. Totally. Yeah. No, you're right.
Trying to like be like, you know, for the actual job we're here for, this is somebody we could lean on.
Yeah, I just didn't expect them to be here for this job, but we are now in a strange side all the way.
That's true.
Snoop around.
I think this is a good time to maybe use the space between move, invoke awe, and gain a token.
Ooh.
And I think as the two of you, like as you like say that, and like you all realize like, oh, you're like off the beaten path. You're now in the back caverns that no one else is there. There is this like sense that you feel, Dex. Like there is that kind of folding over of space and connection here that feels more dense than it did. I think there's maybe you've been feeling it a little bit here, but like back here it feels stronger for some reason.
Yeah, almost as if like it's a fortunate coincidence that the guards decided to walk through this area, because it's like, I imagine Dex just like seeing sometimes looking into place and seeing like, oh, like history is folded over here, like the layers in the dig, you know? Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I imagine she's just like kind of running her hands along the walls, just like completely wide-eyed, and has gone quiet in the middle of a sentence.
And I think, like, yeah, we had the camera sort of like hitting on that hand, and then you see another person's hand, another person's hand. It's almost like you're connected suddenly to thousands of novas or folks who are sensitive to space between, as they have done for many thousands of years, again, for the same action on the same wall. And then you're brought back to yourself.
Hmm.
You all right there?
It's more. There's something happening back here. Something did happen or is going to happen back here. Up there, it's just people, but back here, something's weird. Where? Do you know where they're planning on having that demonstration later?
I
didn't hear them say.
I'm not sure. Let me, and I like maybe like go through like some notes and like check some stuff and just like let's see. It's supposed to be like in the thing says antechamber. So do you think that's gonna be back here?
I don't know, maybe.
Well, it feels like you know the vibe. Maybe we should follow that intuition, no?
Sure.
Lead the way.
Okay, do we want to cut away from there to what's happening in the other room, or?
Yeah, I think so. I was just going to check people's sort of temperature because it's 5 to 9 at my time. Do we want to take a quick 5-minute break? So I think it's a good place to have a break and then come back.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds
Absolutely.
amazing. Yeah, no, I don't want to stop the flow of it, but I'm just like, I know we've not stopped for an hour and a half, so I just want to make sure. But thank you folks so much. We're going to leave on a sort of cliffhanger as two people walk down a corridor. Oh, scariest thing in the world. But like, yes, we'll be back after about 5 minutes. I would love to have you back. And yes, please, if you've been enjoying this game, please go check out Galactic and Going Rogue on Kickstarter. The link is in the chat. I'm going to put it in again before I give up. We're going to go to a break now. In the break, you're going to see 2 trailers for the 2 other actual plays that are out here now on Galactic and Going Rogue. They are on the One Shot Podcast and Party of One. If you've liked doing this, go check those out as well. They're absolutely incredible recorded actual plays with some incredible sound design as well. So I'm going to play the trailer for that. But in the meantime, we'll see you back here in 5. We're going to wave awkwardly until I take us to the break. Goodbye, folks. And welcome back to part 2 of our Galactic one shot. Oh, what a gala we're having, right? It's no one is panicking. There's no dramatics. The music's great, and many of those things were lies. So as we all know, I do have a pitch for coming back in. Is that coming back to sort of my character Vale, who currently has red. Did you say red punch of some sort, Dusty?
Yeah, red punch. Tried to throw only in your face as much as possible, but without a doubt, it definitely got on your probably white outfit.
It is very yes. How did you know? It's got white accents on it. Yeah, so I'm like dabbing at my eyes a little bit.
No, it's got red accents.
Oh yes. And all I can hear is my mother saying, like, you always make a show of yourself. And I'm like, like trying to like dab myself a little bit. And maybe again, I sort of turn around and I see Theus, and I'm like, where have you been?
I'm sorry. I was networking. Are you good? Or what? I saw. I do. That's bad. That's bad.
Do you know who's here? Do you know who's here?
Your mother?
Yes, obviously she's here.
I saw that thing. Is there? Okay, look. Okay. How about I can. Okay. I have a second outfit.
No.
I don't know if it will fit, but like maybe that'll.
She's not our problem. Weirdly, for once, she's not the biggest problem in this room. Vela is here.
The like.
Yes,
the weird one. I mean, yeah, no, I like
the
I
one,
was
the one with the
I was
data
talking
pad.
yeah, I was
The one
talking
with
with
the
her
data pad. I
later.
gave it to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes, this is bad news.
I mean, it's like okay, understood. Yeah, I mean, I was talking with her earlier. She seemed, I mean, you seemed fine, you know.
Fine, fine. She got me in a whole buttload of trouble. She's clearly up to something here now. We've got to go find them. I'm
Okay.
going to confront them. I tried to confront before and it didn't work, but
Okay.
now
Do
I
you
feel
want?
confident I can do it again.
But you still have punch on you. Do you? Is that okay?
Punch is the least of my problems. I need to find Bella, give them a piece of my mind. Maybe even, I don't know, take something back. Maybe I could give it to Mummy. I don't know. Like,
Okay, that's fair. That's fine. I do. Hey, so I told the CEO guy that I would introduce you to, and like I think there's like a really good chance like I can like yes they have like a whole team of people who do their maintenance, but like I think I can sneak in like some contract work in. So like I'm trying to make that connect. If you can help me do that.
oh man, I'm gonna do a vulnerable move so hard. Sorry.
Please do.
I'm gaining all these tokens. So I'm gonna do tell a hard truth in the way that it hurts.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
And I just look you dead in the eye with slight little driplets coming down off probably off my chin, my tiny little terrible facial hair, and I go, "You're just using me to get to places. You are nothing without my and Mummy's name. Your tool belt does not fit in with this aesthetic here. It does not make you look cool."
I gotta go. And just walks over to one of the like buffet tables.
Yeah, as you leave, you definitely Val's like, yeah, you better go, and then it's like, what have I done? Stupid fail. Yeah. Just grabs another drink, just starts drinking it.
I mean, I feel like now that you are like isolated, it'd be a great time for someone, probably your mom, to come and make, cause like having like you've just had this huge public thing happen that was kind of embarrassing. There's no way mom isn't coming over to do something, right?
They've been watching the whole time.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll hand it to. Yeah, I'm just there. I'm about to take another big sip, essentially.
Oh god, let me look at her moves real quick.
Go for it.
She has mandate moves, so we can put someone in immediate danger.
Give me all the tokens. I'll use them eventually.
Go for it.
Yeah, I think she's going to step up and go, "So, I see that making a scene once was an overly optimistic expectation then."
Oh, Mummy, I didn't realize you were going to be so close to me tonight. How wonderful you were so close to each other. It's fine. It's been taken care of by the security here.
Yes, I can see that. You've got a little something on kind of everywhere, really.
Thanks. It's an artistic choice.
I'm sure. I don't think that's necessarily the kind of art that fits this sort of scene, don't you think?
Well, Mummy, whilst you are being almost like a jellyfish with your compliments, I have an invite to talk with the CEO of this place. So I've actually been doing quite a lot of hard work.
Really? I've
Yep.
been meaning to speak with him all night. Perhaps I could join you.
Oh, I wouldn't. It is. I believe it's just a one-on-one meeting. So you might need to wait your turn, Mumsy.
Well, I'm sure that he can make an exception.
I'm sure he could. Sure. Well, I look around. Obviously, I've not been pointed out who this person is.
Wonder why.
And I'm gonna see if there's any moves. I go, you know what? And I point to the intern that took the photos earlier, and I go, I believe he's currently doing some like he's helping out with the actual marketing, you know, hands-on. So if you want, you can go ahead, Mumsy. I don't want to cramp your style. And point to point to the intern.
Is this?
I'm looking at my moves.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can do anything. It's nothing really. I'm just pointing out this person. Sure. I mean, I could do a strong move and spend a token and enact a plan or order and follow it through. And I've gone, this is my plan. That person is now.
The person is now the CEO.
Yep, I've just pointed at the intern. Yeah.
My cousin.
I think in response,
Yep.
I'm gonna invoke Gel's awkward move. Is ask someone something at a bad time, and they look up and they kind of like pan and it's like they see Theus.
Theus, yeah.
Okay, I've been hearing it, just my brain farted. They see Theus, like, and their eyes look up, and they're actually gonna like power walk to Theus.
Oh no!
And he's like, Theus, I didn't know you were here. What's going on?
And I'm like just stuffing my face with hors d'oeuvres, with a little plate and space shrimp, and a blue cocktail glass, very galaxy far away, and just like so, like, oh, hey Joe,
Hey, are you like working the event? I'm working right over there, and they're gonna point very pointed and clearly at the photo booth set inside of everyone. It's like I've been working there. It prints out like these cool language model things. That's what they call it, CLMs. And they make little figurines of the people that they take a picture of for Stalith. They're cool, right?
Yeah, no, that's pretty. Wait, do you know Fada?
They're my boss's boss. So yes.
My immediate impulse was to go, could you put in a good word? Okay, actually, I'm gonna use. Well, okay, no.
You were given a token, by the way.
I was given a token. I did.
Yeah.
All of my stuff has to do with working with machines.
Oh no!
Which, hey, mechanic, that's what it is,
That's true.
I was going to try to stretch the question.
Yeah.
Of if I spin it and ask, what piece am I missing to make this work?
Oh,
I'm
great.
gonna stretch it a little bit to like. Okay, so like I've been trying to like talk to him all night, and like, is there anything that like, what am I missing? Like, is there like something I could use to like get his attention to really, I'm trying to make this connection, and I just don't know the right words to say. Or
no. So they're gonna pull out from like their coat, their like data pad, and like and they're gonna point at the map. So we're over here in Central Hall. Over here is where the antechamber is, and there's gonna be like a really cool demonstration. And I know you love like wrenches and all that weird shit. So if you if you go in there and like you should know what this machine does. I have no idea.
If I could go in, figure out what the machine is, and then when the demonstration goes, if I can go, oh, I know exactly how this works. You gotta impress them. Yes, oh, Joe, you're the best.
Yeah.
And I go and like big hug while Vale and your mother are watching.
I was like, see, gets on with the common people. Look, we can...
I think we get, like, as the two of you are separating and you're walking away, Vale's mother is just going to come and, like, immediately tower over this intern.
Oh, no.
Like, not entirely believing the thing, but still, like, just going through the motions of this. Maybe we cut to something else here.
Sure, absolutely.
We no longer have a PC involved.
That's yeah, for sure. Yeah, as she leaves, I sort of go, and then just escape to the crowd.
Just unleashing the terror on someone else.
Yes, exactly so.
Vale,
Maybe...
I think you would see me going, like, I guess maybe because I probably can't immediately go back there. So like you see me going, like, not scouting in like an official sense, but like you see that like I'm looking for ways to get back further than we're necessarily supposed to be.
Absolutely. I think, I see that, and I feel a pang of guilt because I realised that as soon as you left, I regretted everything I said. And then obviously invited in the mummy, and I was like, well, I don't want, and I will. Sure, I'm going to spend a token to do a strong move. I'm going to de-escalate a conflict between parties with a common goal, which I think is us two. And I see you sort of scouting around or something, and I pick up my I imagine, like, as we came in, we got all out of our like little like lanyards and stuff, and obviously certain people get big ones, and I've got like a, let's say, access all areas, kind of like senator approval stuff, and you're sort of scouting around for stuff, and I just sort of side up to you, and I just go boop boop, and like hit a door with the things, and I go, open sesame.
I see you, and like you've taken me by surprise by doing this, and so there's a little bit of shock, but once I recognize that it's you, there's like my face falls, and I just kind of mumble in my under my breath, thanks, and I go in.
Yep, you're welcome. And then totter behind you. I do like to think that you with Vela, you threw that punch in my head. So I realized that I said I was wearing like a almost like a justice's wig. Half of it's red now, like with the rings. So but yeah, we sort of head down a corridor towards this antechamber, I think.
Yeah, I think our camera goes back towards Vela and Dex. What have you two been getting up to, exploring the caverns?
Yeah,
I do almost want to move back to Idle Dreaming for a second to figure out, now that we have a little more context, what is it that's actually happening here? Because I think it's likely that our characters are probably stumbling onto whatever that is.
Yeah.
Well, we've said there's a demonstration of whatever this is. That's probably going to be what they're trying to sell, and we don't want the soft plot is that we don't want the mandate to get their hands on it, but we don't know what it is still.
I wonder if it should be something, obviously makes sense, it's something to do with the space between, maybe some artifact that can manipulate the space between powers, and anyone can hold it, and I'm thinking like a glove of some sort, or some sort of way to manipulate, maybe it's an orb or something that you can... Again, I can't necessarily remember exactly what we said about the space between, what it necessarily is like, and maybe again hand it over to the rest of the team. But that's what I was imagining, that maybe it's a demonstration, but also maybe illegal auction of some sort, the highest bidder.
Oh, like they've already started excavating some stuff, and they're using that both to get some initial funds, but also like, who knows what else is in here?
Yeah.
Who wants to sponsor us to get some more stuff?
Yeah.
That's so funny that you said that, Felix. I was thinking the same thing, as like there's something in here that allows just anyone to manipulate the space between.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And so like, yeah, if it is like this like orb that they found where it was more of like maybe it's an old space, like a Nova practice thing that allows
Yeah.
someone who isn't quite in touch with it
Mhm.
to be able to
Practice.
learn how to use it. But then if the
Mhm.
mandate gets that,
Yeah.
Then
And do we
yeah.
want this to like align in some way with the desires we chose for the space between, which in this case are solidarity and intense bonds and uncontainable emotions?
oh,
that's
solidarity, being those who
Yeah,
can't
is this-
exactly.
Yeah, is this a kind of thing that like is able to allow somebody who isn't normally in touch with the space between to manipulate one of those two things?
Is it potentially a way that someone who is connected to the space between can open that connection for, so it takes multiple people, and it maybe isn't just like two people, right? It can be 6, 7 people that are
agreed.
connected to this thing, and one of them being already connected to the space between can through them open their connection to other people, which could
Think-
potentially for the liberation be a game changing kind of deal, or for the Novas a game changing kind of deal.
I think if
Like
it's
in a way that like permanently attunes people to it, or in a way that
Yeah.
like coordinates people with each other.
I was going to say
I'm open
attune
to
in a
either.
sense. I was thinking because I narrated that idea that Dex felt that solidarity, like all those people hands on hands. Maybe again, this is one of many training toys or tools for young initiatives. Oh, I can't even say the word. I'm so tired. But like again, it's that sort of thing where once you're attuned to it, you've imprinted on it, and so maybe it's got hundreds and thousands of that same sort of unlocking. And so it's very easy then for anyone to do so. But once you've touched it, you add your potential to the pool. So again, it goes along with that not solidarity, but also if you touch it with, but maybe you're again don't wish to necessarily lock the Nova into this, but that idea of like maybe emotions and stuff. You're trained to be calm when you're interacting with stuff because it's such a delicate balance. So if someone with malicious intent or hatred in their hearts, maybe it will taint it. Maybe it taints the whole thing, and then maybe again it's that sort of it corrupts people if it's used
Right.
again. Perhaps again, it's just thoughts.
Oh,
Or
and-
it's like maybe this potentially misusable way of bringing to bear the entire built-up imprint of everybody who's used this thing, right?
Exactly.
Ooh, yeah.
Because
Like
if
kind
you're-
of a literalization of like a misappropriation of history and tradition and stuff.
Right. Because if everybody's imprinting on it, a lot of that's going to fold over and meld with each other. So truly, it would only take like several or one really like toxic connection with
Yeah.
the space between
Right.
to kind of taint all of it. If it's all going into the same bucket, a single drop of red dye is going to spread throughout the whole bucket.
Right, and that
Yeah.
maybe that drop of red dye, so to speak, is like the mandate wanting this to be like synonymous with them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Right.
yeah.
Because the mandate, the two desires we chose were unquestioned supremacy and then dominion over the space between. So totally makes sense that they'd want something like this to then taint it and then pass it. Maybe they don't even want to control it that much. Maybe it is that sort of thing where they as Spoke was saying, like it's one or two people use it, but then it just goes back into I don't know circulation or something like that. Again, it's a way to not only train their own folks, but also then taint others that might come for it. Maybe it's used as a trap for the Nova, you know, in that sense as well.
Yeah.
And for the liberation, I mean, this kind of collective pool of experience and empathetic connection with each other, like that can help build this this better world where they want to work together, while also the being able to tap into the knowledge and experiences of thousands and thousands of people allows for more perspective to go, what could this world be like?
Yeah, it also like it's fitting then that it's kind of at this archaeological dig type place, right? It does bring to mind that like Imperial British Egyptology thing of like
Mm.
excavating the remnants of the past in other parts of the world to bolster their own cultural dominance
Exactly. Exactly.
Ooh.
and using their military dominance to do that. Yeah.
So
Mhm.
if we want that to be a demonstration of the artifact, maybe this antechamber actually is a tomb, and they've excavated various
Hmm.
sarcophagi or catacombs. Oh, yeah, a very sacred place where they found this item, and they
Right.
thought, where all this energy is
Oh,
was
yeah.
contained.
Yeah.
Maybe it
Do
just
it there.
bears these kind of residual imprints of people who've like maybe some of the people who are buried here and people from generations before them too.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And they've hooked up a crappy sound system to it.
Yeah.
Terrific lo-fi, like.
Right.
Right, they're feeding it into their CLM.
Yeah, they're CLM, yeah.
No.
Their cool language model.
No. Love it.
Okay, so then we've got this antechamber S, we can paint it in a bit more detail if we need to. Do we think this demonstration, do you think there's quite a few people here, or is it just a select number, I guess, if we're gonna just what do we, I guess, what let's paint the scene of like, what do we see in, if the camera sort of goes in and we see this antechamber where this demonstration is taking place, what do you think we've got in there?
I don't think it's a lot of people. I think it's like invitation did I say that right? Invitation only
Yes, you got it. Don't worry.
event.
Yeah.
And that still means for a galactic wide like gala that people were invited to, that's still maybe like, I don't know, 20 to 50 people, if even.
I like that.
Maybe one Veil the Second was already on the list.
I like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Just throwing it out there because they were clearly expecting to see the CEO.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. I think we also see, so if it's set up in almost like a shrine slash tomb place, I think a lot of it is, again, it's been excavated, so obviously it's been cleared away. I think we've got those horrific spotlight S type things. Again, it's all sort of been put together, but again, it just shows all the shadows of the various stone tombs and sarcophagi, just sort of like around. It's gentle, quiet talking. Maybe the demonstration hasn't begun just yet, but it's definitely, you can see people starting to come in. But yeah, I've got those horrific, again, I think those dig lights, they're like quite bright where we are, so lighting up, very atmospheric.
Yeah. And do we think this is where Dex and Vale like come into, or do you think it's a different part in this space that you all are in?
What do you think Dex would be most likely to stumble into?
I do think this is a place that would like kind of be calling to her in that way. So probably I'm not sure what to do with that though.
It's okay.
Like, once I walk in on this.
I mean, I think that Vela could be just kind of following you along, and as they're going through, they've had this like necklace on that they kind of like are now like fidgeting with. And as we're getting closer, and then maybe we could hear some mother talking, or muffled talking in the distance, and like, where do you think this is where whatever this demonstration's gonna be? I think it's tied to, gonna vaguely motion to hand motions that.
Yeah, I think so. It has to be. Yes.
Okay, and then the Liberation wants us to. They wanted you to take it or make sure they didn't get it, because those are different things.
They wanted us to check it out, but I
Okay.
think it might be more important than they thought.
I think as you say that, I'm going to use reveal an old secret or new truth to someone and give them a token. And this is going to you, Dex. And I think like as you all are in this like this cave like tunnel, still like a little bit ways away from this like the main like area, I think you feel this like ripple in the space between, almost kind of like a pulse down the corridor, like from the direction that you were coming from in the direction that you're going. And I think you definitely do. We can decide if Vela does. But I think you see the like echoes of another space between connected person having walked this same path before. Um and I think that echo kind of comes in like it's the like faint like light bluish green kind of like ethereal like particle kind of effect. And the echo isn't just of one person. I think as this like force like pulses down, as the echo travels, it becomes the echo of a different person who has walked the same path before. And I think a little bit of ways in front of you, you see them stop, turn towards the wall, put their hand on it, and then, like after a couple of moments, walk through as if something had opened for them.
Very cool.
Yeah, I think just without even thinking, Dex is gonna just walk to the point where she's like inside of the echo, right? Like exactly mimicking its motions, and just do the same thing.
Dex, what are you? I'm gonna like kind of like look here.
No response, no acknowledgement.
And as your hand goes to touch the wall, you feel the vibrations of the space between here, and it reacts to you in some way. And I think you're able to press into the wall in a way that you weren't expecting. And part of the wall opens up, revealing a secret corridor.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I think I don't think I was moving, and then I saw that. Now I'm gonna kind of like crouch, go like, "What'd you do? How'd you do that?"
I just saw it. We should go in now.
Okay,
Sure.
like again, like very like looking around the corner and like making sure no one else heard this. Like, oh, just following because their Dex is not waiting for me. I don't think they are.
Oh,
Yeah.
no. She's just walking in. She
She's
told you
gone.
she was going in, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think as you go in, the door then shuts behind you so that no one sees it. And
Did you do
yeah,
that too?
What?
Pointing at the now wall.
Oh, that's... Yeah, it's a wall. It does that. Just as if that's the most natural thing in the world to happen.
You know, this is your field. I'm following.
amazing.
I'm thinking that this tunnel looks different. I don't know in what way, though, from everything else we've seen.
Oh, please, Fiona.
No, you go. I was at half I was a half word I was gonna say, and then that didn't come out to anything. So go for it. What were you thinking?
I think how the tunnels looked were, they've been wear down, so they're smooth. They have definitely been here. Maybe this tunnel we went into is maybe it feels like it was dug out recently, so you can still kind of see the grooves of a drill. So it's kind of like instead of a smooth surface, your hands are kind of like bumping around it when you get against one of those walls, and you have the ADHD motion that you need to feel what it feels like when your finger goes across it.
Yeah.
It's a universal feeling.
Yes,
A universal
Of course,
feeling.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Standard. That's really cool. Yeah, I think as you start to wander through this corridor, I actually think you look up and it goes up much, much higher. as a result, even with these sort of like the hands, the feeling again as it's been carved up, but you see it naturally sort of comes up. You think impossibly to climb up it or anything like that, but you can see the sky. There's sort of fresh air as like a cooling thing. Maybe this corridor is meant to help with the airflow, perhaps.
Oh, and also acted potentially as a secret exit.
Oh, enough for a cool ship to get out.
Yeah, do we think that the space that it comes out to is large enough for a ship to have been able to come in and out?
Oh, like recently, you mean?
No, I don't think recently.
Oh, okay.
But like maybe at a point was meant for like
Yeah.
a secret way for like, oh, our temple is being overrun. Go through the secret,
Escape.
thing.
Yeah. Escape out this way. Yeah. That'd be quite cool.
Which maybe gives you all a secret out if you need to do some kind of daring do to get this tablet.
It's true. Yeah. As we sort of leave these folks exploring the corridor, we'll come back to it. If we go to the antechamber itself, I think, let's say that Vale and Thais are already in. I have just shown my badge to someone, and I said, we're here as part of the Vale called Second Party. She won't be joining us. She said for us to go on ahead and just go straight in.
Amazing.
And as we're sort of like waiting around, maybe like seeing maybe someone setting up a microphone of some sort. I've not looked at you properly this time. I think I take a moment and I say, it's just a lot of pressure, this job, and sometimes you say things that you didn't mean, and I realized that I might have said some things that I didn't mean very recently, maybe as of 5 or 10 minutes ago. So I'm going to say a word I do mean, which is, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh God. I accept your apology. I'm sorry if it feels like I'm sorry that I was using you bringing me to these parties as a way to help my shop.
No, I understand why you would do so. Like, I realized that pretty quickly. I don't really get much in terms of friends. Let's face it, it was either Rix or Mummy. And Rix is not really Rix is off at the weekends. It's just a lot of pressure, and I don't really have that much in terms of friends, and I would like to call you a friend with benefits. No, that's not.
I think you're using that one wrong.
Yes.
I mean, I guess we are getting benefits out of our friendship, so I don't necessarily think that term should be relegated only for certain kinds of benefits.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's just because I value your friendship, and you helped me when my data pad wasn't working, and obviously you do lots of other great things. But I can't lose you, because that data pad breaks again. I am in a lot of trouble. And and look, no, hang on, and I will do a lateral move, and I'm going to show someone I believe in them and give them a token, and I'm going to turn to whoever is next to me, and I go, and they've got a data pad, and I go, hey, I know who's really good. If you need someone to service your data pads, and I point to Thais, and I go, sorted me out, dead quick. Same day replacement. Absolutely cracking.
can this person can this be Fada who just happened to
No way.
because it would have to come into here to be like, hey, is everything ready? We need to start getting stuff together. And so happened to come up as this interaction was happening.
I think so. That would be really cool if that's the case.
Should I
Please.
take over the role? Okay. I'm just looking through, and that's so funny. They're looking at and they're trying to zoom in on something, and they just can't. And oh, goody, you?
Yes, it's
I see.
it's me. This Senator Vale, the third. This is Fada Stelleth, the CEO of.
Stella, it's such a sorry, I didn't recognize you from your poster or thank you so much. Sorry, yes, but can recommend what a guy, and then sort of punch, arm, shoulder, incredibly awkwardly. Hurt my own hand in the process.
I lean over and I take 2 fingers and I zoom in on their data pad.
They're gonna you do that and huh? Take a look at this, won't you? And they're gonna fully both hands clasp, shake Vale's hand. Just so great to meet you. Your mother and I, long-term friends.
Oh, great.
Yeah. No, I've heard so much about you.
Haha, only good things.
Of course.
I grip onto their hands so hard, just I've not let go.
I want to use a vulnerable move here.
Go for it.
And uncover a secret in something that you're working on.
I'm too engrossed in this mental chess I'm doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think whatever the secret is, it's what was actively on the data pad that you were trying to zoom in on. I don't know what this would be. I imagine it has something to do with the presentation or the tablet or something.
Buyers.
Oh. Okay.
Buyers who are already have put money down for whatever this is.
Is there anything in that list that you think would catch my attention as being oh, this is weird and or maybe bad?
Maybe you see Space Corp is there, CLM Incorporated is there, and I think you see you would know it because their names have been said around a lot. It is maybe a corporal or general of the mandate that has been causing lots of problems for the liberation, and you see their name is right on top with most money down.
Ooh. Is this an NPC that we've already made, or is this an NPC we would like to make?
I don't think we've made one yet.
No.
We can make one. Yeah. I mean, there's also, I realized that we do have a mandate bounty hunter NPC already made.
Oh,
yeah.
Can you read them out for us?
Yeah, it's a Zeke Lone Zeke. It's actually my bounty hunter. My is strong
Question.
turns.
Yeah.
Relationship uncertain. But they are a stealthy bounty hunter that's been on my tail specifically. And they are very stealthy, so they can vanish into a crowd and move easy past an obstacle that should have given you trouble and beckon for others to follow. So who knows if they're here or not, but their name is on top of that list.
Interesting. So yeah.
Okay.
As a potential mandate representative to
right,
because they're a bounty hunter. We know that they're for the mandate, but they are a bounty hunter.
Gotcha.
Right.
So me reading this document, I see it and I go, I don't know who that is, but I do clock I clock the name and I lock it in. So maybe it ends up coming up,
And it's just so shaking your hand, Bella, and just glad you could be here. Demonstration's going to start soon. gonna
Right,
grab the tablet back, not even looking at this, and just glad you're here too.
Thank you, thank you. Well, I'll talk to you later.
And don't forget, it is Theus Balhan. If you wanna, I could talk to you after the presentation, and maybe we can exchange information.
They kept walking back at
Yep.
the same speed. Thumbs up behind them.
Yeah.
Incredible.
There's a lot of people trying to buy this thing, whatever it is.
What for the demonstration?
Oh yeah, he had the spreadsheet of like buyers and stuff open, and it's like they're paying a lot of credits for whatever this thing is.
Oh, so sounds valuable. Well,
It certainly is. They're paying millions of credits.
okay, but I guess whoever has it, they'll be good. They'll be like well liked, and maybe
This, the artifact stuff, I don't really. I'm more of a metal kind of person, not a stone.
I'm going to turn to you. Lateral move is incoming. And I'm going to ask. I'm going to say like, what would get you to side with me in trying to bid the highest number for this item? Look, I know I could give you anything, but I need that item. It's the only way that
Hey, look, I'm begging for change here. I don't have millions of credits on me.
No, you're good with pads. You could hack in, put my name at the top.
You want me to hack into his machine?
It's
and
that easy.
change?
You did the thing with the zoomy thing. You could do anything.
Zooming into a spreadsheet is so different.
Right.
It's not the same. I mean, can I hack? I know a little bit of coding, but I could try. I mean, I guess if it's just his spreadsheet, I would need to get another tablet that's on that would have access to the same file, or get his again.
But okay, if you do that, what can I give you? What can I?
Okay. Look, all right. If you could give me the tablet, I can try to do it and see if I can erase the version history so that they don't know that it was changed. I can try that.
You're just talking jargon to me, but okay, all right, another data pad. I can do that. I'm gonna look around and I'm gonna try and spot there's gonna be someone else with data pads and stuff like that. I'll do something in a second. I'm gonna give you the token because I'm gonna act on the answer.
Thank you.
Let's say Gel is here.
Excellent. Great.
The cousin.
Oh, my cousin, beautiful, amazing, love him.
I go, the fake CEO. Excellent. And I go over.
You mean Gel?
Yeah, I go over and I go, hello. Yes. Sorry. Can I use that for a second? Can I have this?
I come up behind them and I go, hey, Gel.
Hey.
I'm with them. They're a senator. They're kind of a big deal.
Oh. They're gonna just straighten up and hand it over. Of course. Yeah, you could totally. Passwords 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, but that's the same as mine. And I hand over.
I thought I told you to change that. Okay.
Well, that was easy for me to remember. So yeah, and I go, done. Great,
Okay.
great. Now just do your hacking thing,
Okay. Well, I mean, I still have to get access to. Okay, what would be the best way to get that?
And I turned to Joe.
Well,
how can we get onto the big spreadsheet thing? How do we get onto that?
Question, Gel? Did
Hey.
you make your password 1, 2, 3, 4, or did it come with that password?
Oh, standard issue.
It's a solid password.
No, it's not. In such a way that I'm afraid that the thing I'm going to try will work. And it's just going to I imagine the username is their name at company dot
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, 100%.
And so I'm gonna try. Spada at mining dot whatever password 1234, and I'm gonna spend a token to jury rig a temporary situation under duress, and I think it worked.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, I'm like second guessing wanting to work for this company now.
Is that okay?
No, I mean it's fine. We're good. And then I'm gonna go into the try to go like look through the company Dropbox. I'm pretty sure I saw like the name of the file that was open on the thing, so I just like search that in the database and pull it up.
Incredible.
And it's like, wow, you all need a data security person more than you need a mechanic, I think.
Okay, I could put that in. I'm just gonna pretend I saw none of this.
Hey, good job. Thanks.
Good job. You'll be a CEO one day, and
I mean, actually, hold on. Let me see if. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna add your name. I'm gonna add your name, but I'm also going to see. I'm gonna go through company records to see if I can find what your pay is and see if I can up it.
add a few zeros.
Just add a few zeros.
Incredible.
I think you have to scroll a little bit.
Yeah, I've got to scroll.
Remember, they are an intern.
Yeah, no, exactly.
In name, in all but name. I wonder, because I'm just thinking of time as well.
Yeah.
Why don't we leave this on a cliffhanger? We won't finish this story perhaps, but I'd love to see like a final sort of scene maybe with Bella and Dex and what is in this corridor, maybe like a reveal of some sort. This is me bringing back us into idle dreaming perhaps, and be like, then it's like the shock end of the film as it were, and we have to come back in 2 years time for the second part. If that's all right with folks, I appreciate time and whatnot, but yeah, I guess if we're walking down this corridor, any suggestions at all?
Yeah, what do we find here?
If I may suggest, because this is something clearly that you had to be connected to space between for, the mandate / the company has no idea this is here. And so maybe we are going into a storeroom with a lot of Nova artifacts. Which is why you were called to here, because they're all calling out to you all at once.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe it's a little bit like, sorry, I have to bring it back to Doctor Who. I know. There's that bit where the Doctor opens and there's all those little message boxes that are all sort of speaking, like SOS messages, and maybe that's it. Like there are all these different objects, maybe other different shapes. Maybe there's orbs, maybe there's squares or triangles, whatever. But maybe as Dex goes in, suddenly there's this almost like a wall of emotion and feeling as it sweeps over you, as you can hear again a whole range of emotions, happy, positives, and negatives and sadness. But just suddenly you're just connected. It's almost like suddenly you're not woken up. I don't wish to take that from you, but like just sort of like suddenly you are there. You see these people, and then they're not there. But there's that emotion, that sort of noise and chatter fills everything. But maybe it is just, as Dusty was saying, like it's just a storeroom, and we just see shelves upon shelves of these artifacts.
Yeah, like the shelves of them, and then almost as if like through Dex's eyes, the artifacts themselves are fading out in favor of like the people whose like imprints are kind of on them.
So cool.
Yeah.
And they're all looking towards you, like sort of like like just a huge, not like if it's a storeroom, just people upon people just looking towards you, looking for help.
Yeah, I think even that it's so much going on that even Vela, who's now like taking this necklace out and is like clutching, like it's like a locket at the bottom, even their eyes are wide and just gonna quietly say, do you see this all the time?
Yes, constantly.
And I think that's a good cut.
It's like that breath sort of goes up and we go up, and we just this storeroom's just huge, and we just see all these people. Well done, team. What a great cracking cliffhanger ending, but well done. Really, really
Yeah.
cool. Just
Yeah, just
one.
suddenly seeing, oh, this is why Dex can't be a pilot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's so true. Oh, thank you, my wonderful players, for taking part. Again, this is just a small fraction of potential. Imagine if we all had Nova gifts. We're like, but this we could play so much more. It's a wonderful game of Galactic. Let's go round the horn. Once again, we'll go in reverse order if that's okay. So it'll be Rhiannon, Kendo, and then Dusty, and then myself, just to do some quick outros if that's okay, and then we'll end the stream. So Rhiannon, take it away, my friend, our wonderful Nova.
Okay, again, name's Rhiannon Daly, she, her. You can find my work at cypherzoan.itch.io. I'm on Blue Sky at Aversion Impulse. I'm also, for the Galactic Kickstarter, for one of the stretch goals, potentially writing a short story to go in the Scum and Villainy expansion to Going Rogue.
Heck yeah, amazing. Thank you so much for playing. Kendo, please.
Oh, hello. Hey, everybody. My name is Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer. You can find me everywhere on the internet that matters at Kendo Makes Films. And hey, guess what? If you go to the place and you can't find me there, it doesn't matter that much. And you can find my actual play podcast, Tales Yet Told, wherever you get your podcasts. We just dropped a new episode today where we played Unresolved Sapphic Tensions by a Disaster Queer. Because, hey, Pride Month. But
yeah.
horror and a little sad. And so you should go check that out. The roaring reviews are people are upset with me because it made them feel things they didn't want to feel. So you could go feel things you didn't want to feel and go listen to Tales Yet Told. That's the game.
That's the game.
It's the game.
That's
the
the
game.
game. You should also go get Unresolved Sapphic Tensions, which I think you can get over on +1
+1 XP. Yeah.
Yeah. So go get yourself a physical copy of that. And that's all I've got.
And congratulations as well for Tales Yet Told going onto the Many-Sided Media Network. That's very exciting.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm super excited because everybody else on the network is super cool, and I can't wait to trick them into playing games with me.
Hey, you're super cool. Tales Yet Told is super cool.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
No, you, Uno Reverso, etc.
God damn it.
Yeah. Dusty, please.
Hello, hi, I'm Dusty. You can find me on the interwebs, primarily at Dusty Hill, where it is important there's an E in there, no Y. And I do lots of actual play podcasts. You can find me at Goblins and Gays, Bring Your Own Mech, and the Wavering Force, Interrogation. There's a lot of stuff I do. I like making incredibly queer stories and make people feel things. I'm usually myself. You could also find my games at FromDustToDice.io. I just not just released my most recent game is called Trans Vampire Cowboys, also Lesbian Werewolf Crime Fighters. I write games and genres. If those evoke something in you, that means I'm doing something right. There is a game coming out sometime soon that if you like Leverage and you like Heist and you like a very specific episode of season 3 episode 7, look it up. You'll like this game. It was called Nothing Else Matters. And we'll be releasing it soon. I play tested it. It's a really narrative focused game that works way better than I thought it would. And yeah, it should be out soon. So just check out From Dust to Dice or Dusty Hill. I'll be yelling about it nonstop. Don't worry. Man, that's me. Go things. Go.
Things. All the things. Thank you so much. And yes, I believe Crit nominated Goblins and Gays recently as well for something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
GM and one of the best players for one of the cast.
Heck yeah! So yeah, if you haven't yet voted in the Crit Awards, you've not got in your vote early, consider them, because obviously, and take your time to look at all the nominees. By the way, there's some really super cool people there. I have been and always will be Fiona from What Am I Rolling, a twice monthly tabletop RPG one-shot podcast where we do lots of different systems and interviews with game designers. I have done lots of things, but you don't need to know about them. Just come check out what am I rolling. That's what I appreciate on the One Shot Podcast Network. A massive thank you to our wonderful, wonderful players who have, maybe if I put my actual handle in the that will actually work, who come with me to showcase this incredible game. Like I said, like I love Galactic, I love Outside Belonging games, and I love playing with you people who have been very, very kind and been very active and stuff, whilst I've sort of just gone, and role play, that Jason Cordova sort of, and now role play, which has been really great. If you haven't already, please go check out Galactic on Kickstarter. We would really love to make some of those higher stretch goals if we can, but it is currently funded, so please go check it out. If you liked what you've seen here, it's just like I said, it's just a small fraction. If you go see the other actual plays on Party of One and on the One Shot Podcast as well, some of these folks are in them. So please go check them out and just support this incredible game. Play more indie games. That's what we say here. With that all out of the way, I'm going to say thank you so much, and I'm going to wave awkwardly at the stream until we go out. But thank you folks so much, and we'll see you another time, hopefully. Goodbye for now.